What up, guys? How you guys doing? This wonderful July 3rd of July on 2013. Okay, yeah, I know this video is late. My apologies. I was too tired to record anything when I got home last night at like 3 a.m. But yeah, essentially, I'm recording this at 11:15 right now, and it should have gone up at 11. So, whatever. At least you know that it is like within minutes of me recording it, if you see it soon. Yeah, you may notice that I'm a little sunburnt, especially like around the eyes. I got a little bit of a glasses tan, like my neck. You should see my foot. I don't know if you can see that too well in this light. You would think I would have learned by now to use sunscreen whenever I spend all day in the sun. I really don't know why I didn't. There is no reason to, because yesterday I spent all day on the George Watsky music video shoot as the visual effects coordinator. It was a lot of fun. It was actually very cool. George is an incredible person. Not only is he super talented, he's a super upstanding dude. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to not rave about him. He's such a nice guy, such a respectful person. Like, he showed me so much respect, very just one-on-one with me, which is just kind of crazy, because like over the last 2 years, it's like, oh yeah, you know, I've listened to this guy's music before. I watched him perform at VidCon last year, so like, you know, here he was just like hanging out with me on his like accord. Like, yeah, he brought me in, so that was cool. But yeah, it was a very interesting shoot. Most of the day I kind of felt bad because I didn't really have too much purpose to fill, because there's only a few visual effects shots in the music video that they needed my help on, whereas most of it they didn't really need my help, so I just kind of like stood around trying to be helpful when I could. I did bring a few ideas to the table that they hadn't thought of that they thought would be really cool, so I mean, if you could ever do that, if you could ever bring something to the table that they didn't think of, that makes a big deal whenever you're working on anything, literally. Bosses love that stuff. If you're able to, you know, innovate and inspire wherever you work, because it just shows initiative. But yeah, so I always try to do that a little bit, but nonetheless, I was just like, oh hey, this could be cool. Let's try this, and they're like, yeah, let's try that. But for the most part, even still with that, I was like, I kind of felt bad because these guys are paying me to be on set, and they weren't really needing my help until finally towards the end when they really did need my help, and I pretty much led the entire set for you know, the 15-20 minutes that we needed to get this shot. And it was crazy because there's like 70 people on this music video set, and the director always calls the shots and whatnot. But here, I was the director for 15 minutes for this big music video, so that was pretty sweet. You know, just like, being like, George, no, come stand over here, and then like go forward, then backwards, and then collapse. He was getting stabbed through the back of the head with a drumstick because he was a zombie, a hipster zombie. If you're unfamiliar with the song, it's called "Kill a Hipster," and it's about gentrifying neighborhoods and whatnot. And yeah, so basically, it's like a zombie apocalypse kind of takes over, but all the zombies are actually hipsters. So it's just kind of interesting like that. And then at the very end, George gets bitten, and so he kind of gets turned over. So he wore these like really wild contact lenses and kind of dressed up as a zombie, but like hipsterish. And then Shanaka, she's the other person who is in the video, like the featuring Shanaka. She stabs him with a drumstick. But yeah, it was a cool video. And so, yeah, then I got off work at about 8 or so, and I realized I still have time to work on my own video. So I went back over to Hunter Street, and I probably worked till, I don't know, 3? I said 3? Something like that. Yeah, getting more shots done. I'm realizing that as much as I want this video to be done by VidCon, as much as I need this video to be done by VidCon, I just don't know. There is so much left to do, and I've been working on it every day. But there's still such a big learning curve on some of the effects I want to do. Like, there's a moment where this guy named Nick. Oh my God, I'm blanking on your channel right now. From New York. Soundly Awake. Yes, he did the video where his mother was sleepwalking, and he plays one of the Aurors in this video. And there's a moment when someone shoots a fireball at him, and it ramps to slow motion as he throws up a shield in front of him. So like the shield is propagating outwards in slow motion in front of him as this fireball hits it and is starting to like billow out around the shield. And so it's like a race between who can billow outwards the fastest, the shield or the fire, because if the fire goes faster, it'll go around and burn him. But he's already running at this point, so it's like 240 frames per second slow motion as he's like going through the shield and then out through the fire on the other side, and then the fight continues for a little bit longer. And that's just one of the fights. There's several fights. If you want to check out my Facebook page, link in the description, I posted a link of one of the connected beam shots between Will, Shep689, and Evelina Berry, who plays one of the villains in the video. It's just a sneak peek of one of the shots that I think is pretty cool. So yeah. But yeah, back to George. I mean, he's a very interesting fellow because he reminds me a lot of my friend Matt Vanderlaan, who lives up in Oregon. You may recognize him from a lot of the videos that he's been in of mine, because they're both very well spoken. They both have ridiculously huge vocabularies. Matt is one of the smartest people I know, and is able to think on levels that I struggle to comprehend. So, yeah, because I asked him, I was like, do you know who George Watsky is? And he's like, name sounds familiar. I was like, really? I'm actually very surprised you don't know who he is. I would have figured you knew exactly who he is. Then he wrote back later being like, oh yeah, I saw him on a deaf poetry reading. I was like, yep, he does do poetry. So yeah. Matt, miss you. Yeah, now it's time to get back to work. I'm going to have to do a behind the scenes for Quarter Digital this week, so I don't know how much work I'm going to be able to get done on my own video today and tomorrow. But on the upside, it'll be a very good learning experience for me because it's just a behind the scenes breakdown of all these fume effects simulations on Quarter Digital's video, which is going up on Monday. And I'll just go ahead and kind of spoil the surprise for you now. It's not really spoiling the surprise. It's a fart video. A fart video. The most epic fart video ever. Think of if you were to fart and it's smoke. It's like just a big old cloud of smoke just comes shooting out. And then it gets ridiculous because then all of a sudden they're like double jumping off of their farts. Nico comes flying in like he's Iron Man, like just like on his farts, and then Sam kind of takes it away from there, and you'll see what happens. But basically, tons of fume effect simulations, and which I'm still very noob-like at that program, so it'll be good to kind of go over that. I mean, it's going to be great having their help on all those effects anyway. I mean, I'm going to do all the effects, but they're going to help me a lot when it comes to learning how to do them. Well, at any rate, it is now 11:25, and I need to upload this, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.